All right, this video is for anyone who's been looking for a remote job and can't find one. You know, you've probably been doing everything they've told you to do, right? Like applying every day on job boards like Indeed, or worse, just hitting that easy apply button 100 times on LinkedIn, hoping for the best. But let's be real, guys. If you're applying like everyone else is, you're going to be treated like everyone else, ignored. And it's not because you're lazy or unqualified. It's because the traditional way of applying for remote jobs is broken. Recruiters are completely overwhelmed. Job posts are outdated before you even click apply. And unless you're some kind of unicorn candidate, it can feel impossible to even get noticed. But here's the thing. There is another way, a smarter, lesser known strategy to get your foot in the door for remote work. And I'm going to walk you through it today. So if you're tired of getting ghosted, you're going to love this video. You guys ready to get into it? Let's go. Okay, so here's the first major issue. There are way more people looking for remote jobs than there are remote roles available. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. So a recruiter posted a QA role on LinkedIn. Within minutes, not hours, minutes, over 500 people had applied for that job. Now, he was completely overwhelmed and frustrated because most of them didn't even match the qualifications. So he stopped looking at the applications altogether. But then something interesting happened. A few people messaged him directly. One of them had the exact skills that he needed. She stood out, got an interview, and landed the job. So here's the cheat code. Stop applying the regular way. You know, you do want to apply for the position, but then you want to go around the pile and go straight to the recruiter. I want to show you exactly what to say to them later in this video. But you're probably thinking, well, how do I even find the recruiter? Well, here's a quick trick. Let's say you want to work at Google, for example. Just go to LinkedIn and search for Google. You want to go to their page and you want to scroll all the way down until you see all people who work here. And then put in the words recruiter or talent acquisition. That's how you can find actual recruiters, and you want to start there. That's how you can target the people based on your location or wherever the role is based where you're applying to. And I'll show you the script that actually works for outreach in a minute. But first, you guys, you need to see this next strategy because this is what this video is all about. How to find remote jobs. These are hidden remote jobs that most people miss. So while big companies are pushing people to return back into the office, startups are still going all in on remote work. Why? Well, because they care more about the output than where you're sitting. That's why I love using Product Hunt. This is a platform where people launch new tech products, apps, software, tools, and guess what? Many of them need help right now. They're hiring, but not necessarily just blasting it out on the big job boards. And this is a hack that I'm sure you guys have never even considered before. And I'm gonna show you on the computer how to actually find remote jobs because these jobs are primarily going to be more remote than any other place that you try and find actual remote jobs. So check this out. Okay, so here we are on the Product Hunt website. What you wanna do, this is just their website. You wanna use the search function up here. And just for the purpose of this video, we're gonna put DevOps, but you can put web development or different things in here just to find out companies that are having new launches. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna just put DevOps here. And then what I want you to do is to look for companies that have good reviews. But before we do that, you're gonna see products, launches, and users. You can ignore this right here, but go ahead and go to launches. And if you scroll down, you want to look for companies that have good reviews. And just looking through these, I'm going to show you an example. So this one has good reviews right here, Back4At, and then C2O.ai. This has 131 reviews. So let's just check this out. So what I'm going to do is now I know a company that's launching a new product. They have good reviews as far as the product goes. And so I'm going to check this out as a company. So I'm going to go start a new tab and go to Google and put CTOAI careers because I want to go to see what jobs are they posting. So I see CTO.ai careers pops up. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to see, oh, they have right here, view open positions. So this is perfect. And this is one of the things I want to show you guys. This is going to be rinse and repeat. This is the strategy that you're going to use to actually find out how these remote jobs work. So you go to view open positions. Now just looking at these, you can see which ones you might apply for if there's none, but we're gonna look at account executive and see what this sales position is going for. So just looking at the information here, oh, this one I wanted to show you more than anything. Look at the location, guys. These are all remote. This is how you're finding remote work because they don't need you to be in the office for these jobs. They just need you to be able to do the work anywhere. So looking at the account executive position right here, if you just scroll down and see what this position entails, you can see what they're looking for. And the responsibilities, requirements, compensation is really good. $90,000, you get stock options and benefits. So use this strategy to find out actual companies that are looking to hire remote workers without all these applicants that they have to go through. So this is a hack. I hope you guys use it because this is a great way to find remote work. Now, not everyone's gonna have career pages because remember, they're just startups. But use this method to find companies hiring remotely. So what you want to do is apply for these jobs the normal way and see if by any chance they are also on LinkedIn to give you a leg up. If they're not, that's fine. But if so, try this strategy when contacting people on LinkedIn. And remember this, do not copy and paste something from ChatGPT or send a cold robotic message. That is the fastest way to get ignored. You are not a robot, so don't sound like one. Here's a script one of my friends used that landed him multiple jobs. So in his script, this is what he uses. He says, hi, whatever their name is, looking to apply for whatever the role is at whatever the company is. I really admire, and then you want to insert something specific, a recent post, promotion, project. You definitely want to try to have a connection to the recruiter in any way you can. Whether it's their town, whether it's their college, or any personal connection you have, you want to definitely mention it. It just shows that you've done your research into them. And then he says, I would love to get to know you a bit and hear about your experience working there. Are you open to chatting for 10 to 15 minutes this week? Now, once you get on that call, build rapport, ask about their experience, talk about their role, and then ask if they know who the hiring manager is. With this approach, it doesn't even need to be the hiring manager or the recruiter that you're talking to. It could be someone that works at this company. And if it feels right, ask them, would you be open to referring me? Because at that point, you've shown initiative and you're no longer just another resume in the pile. This strategy has worked for Adam, so feel free to use it for yourself or tweak it a little bit. Now, George Barnes, the CEO and co-founder of Hamilton Barnes, he said for all LinkedIn communications, it's very beneficial to always, guys, attach a copy of your cover letter at every opportunity because time is gold and anything you can do to cut down on the number of steps involved will give you some brownie points, which you need anything you can get. And he also said if a candidate has a Calendly link where they can just easily schedule a time to meet with them, they are far more inclined to schedule a call because they took the initiative to make it so straightforward for the recruiter that that's something that they can easily do. Now, if you haven't checked out or don't have your own Calendly link to show your schedule and your availability, I highly recommend it, especially if this is what recruiters are saying that they are interested in, just being able to look at your calendar and book something with you instead of going back and forth on emails on your availability. Now, bonus tip, guys, recruiters actively search LinkedIn for candidates all the time. So you want to at least make sure that you are showing up in the search results. So use keywords from the job description in your headline, about section, experience bullets. You want to think like a recruiter. What words would they type in to find someone like you? And in the process, you guys, I want you to stay organized and don't give up. So listen to me with this. Create a simple spreadsheet with the columns for the company's name, job title, how and when you applied, point of contact, follow-up date, which you should follow up a week after you reach out to them personally. And then you would have a notes section. By putting all this stuff in a spreadsheet, this helps you see that yes, you are putting in the work. Even when it feels like nothing is happening. Like I remember applying for hundreds of jobs and hearing nothing until I finally heard from the perfect one. So do not stop. The only way you fail is if you give up. Now, one more thing before you go. I just want to plant this seed for a second. Relying on a job, waiting for someone else to give you permission to earn is not a long-term plan. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but it might be for you. I used to say that I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. That is way too much work. I want security, having a paycheck every 2 weeks. But until I had my second child, everything changed. I didn't want to ask, can I go pick my daughter up from daycare? I wanted and needed flexibility. So my rule, let your job fund your business. We got to get to the job part first, but build something on the side. And when that income matches or passes your paycheck, then you can make your move. And to help with that, I created a free guide of the best side businesses to start this year. And I'm going to link it down in the description below because this is your time, guys. And if you're still here, I want to know, was this helpful? Drop a yes or a no in the comment section so I know who sticks around until the end of my videos. And if you want to see the best business that you should start this year, that I literally give you step-by-step instructions on earning a full-time income in less than 6 months, check out this video. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.